Okay, let's try this again. See if it's going to stream for us. Let's refresh. Oh, it says receiving content. Think we're going live today, guys. Think we're going live today. Let's check it out on here. I think that is nice and dandy. That looks nice and fine to me. Cool. It works. Ah! Hey guys, welcome to the Just Top Podcast live stream. Combine your minds with your heart, connect those two circles, and just let whatever come out, come bursting out like a freaking volcano, or come smoothing around like a waterfall. Yes, we are here. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm gonna put the link to the Discord right here. Woo, that's not the Discord link. That's my streaming key. If y'all had that, y'all be able to hack hack the channel. Come on, go up, go up. But yes, guys. As soon as I can get the Discord link up, I think I could do this on the tablet. Make sure all is fair, so no one can ever say that I didn't try. So I could say I didn't try. Forget everybody else. Paste. It's not pasted. Copy. All right. Let's do this again. Paste. It's like it don't want y'all to get on. There it goes. All right, copied. There it is. We have sound. It's not pasted. All right, we got perfect sound. All right, let's do this again. See, this is stuff I be saying about creating realities and playing jokes on yourself. I'm in the same spot, using the same computer, using the same equipment, the camera, everything attached to it. And now, at this moment in time, it has a green stream health bar. It can be green, orange, or red. And that's how strong the stream is, your internet, and how everything is flowing together. I don't have any encoding overloads. So that means my memory is handling on the computer. The RAM is able to handle what I'm wanted to do, the processor that I needed to do to bring forth this show. And now I'm in a reality, in an existence where it's just working. It has the same physical shell, but the essence of all of this is different. I'm somewhere else. This is not the same equipment. It seems as it is, but it's not. Just tie, man. But yeah, y'all know, man, how we tie on here, how we do on here. We just go all willy-nilly and do what we do. Talk about, before I go into anything, just warnings, we do not promote the use of illegal or legal drugs. What you decide to do with your body, this is for educational, recreational, and informational purposes only. Do not recreate anything that you see or hear on this channel. So now, I can talk about what we do when we does it. Shout outs to, I'm talking about things while they on my mind. Shout outs to True Life Channel. I missed the marathon yesterday. I was ultra just keeping my thoughts in like a particular pattern for the day so I can get a lot of things done in this physical reality that I just felt as though I needed to get done. But I love y'all guys. I love all of y'all guys out in the world, man. I've been recording videos because the stream hasn't been working. So I have videos piled up that I just need to edit and go and put it out there. And just put it out there. So I've been working. I never stopped. It's because this game is full-fledged now. Full-fledged, as always. But I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's talk about some psychedelics. Man. Because the way that they have been interacting and the experiences that they have brought about my life, the mind changes. Because when you tell somebody that you like dealing with mushrooms or things, sometimes they believe that it's in the realm of like other street drugs and the high that they give you. And because when you're high, when you're on mushrooms, it's not just the tingling of the body or feeling like this feeling of love. It's like your thoughts literally change. Your thought patterns. What is a pattern? A pattern is a habit. It's a form of habits. It's once you do something once, you did it again. You got some feelings. You got some dopamine hits in your brain that made it feel good. Hit some pleasure centers in your brain, so you did it again. Ooh la la! I'm doing that again tomorrow night. Ooh la la! Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm doing this in the morning as soon as I wake up. And then it becomes a pattern of thought, and that can be with anything, like even learning how to walk. Like, why do we walk forward, walk backwards? Walk sideways. We mastered walking forward. That's a pattern of thought. Every single thing to the nitty gritty is a pattern of thought. Or what you would hear people say in the when you talk from the fear sense of it, a program. It's a program. But for this story, it's a pattern of thought. And mushrooms have been changing my patterns of thoughts past milestones. And this is nothing new to people that's watching the channel, but just to tie on psychedelics, just to put the story out there about how powerful it is, but how grand and majestic it is, because it's not like a powerful as in, oh, it's gonna just knock you out. Like boom, you're gonna have black eye and welts and stuff on your face, and you're like, damn, I just got knocked out. I don't know what happened. But it's powerful in the sense that those patterns of thoughts that make us, that create us, that we use to get through our everyday starts to change, starts to wake up. And I'm gonna keep it 2019 for my history. You see a lot of people, and this was me too, coming up on the path, seeing YouTube videos pop up in their recommendation talking about 1111, and they're like, oh wow, I've been noticing 1111 on my clock, or 333, or a repeating series of numbers, or they feel as though for some people, their diet start to change, or the job that they're working, they listen to somebody like Jordan Peterson or Joe Rogan, or somebody mention something that was breaking apart their how they saw themselves in society, or how they seen society. Like as their workplace, like their 9 to 5, how the boss works, how the employees working, and it's like an ecosystem environment, not feeling that much happiness in there. Like when the feeling of unhappiness starts erupting, it brings forth it starts breaking patterns of thoughts. And most people run across these when they go through like NDEs, near death experience, panic situations. That's what, yeah, panic situations. Because you start seeing 111, that's even a panic situation. Because you're like, wait, you ain't just see that? Like, you don't be seeing that when you just look up. Like, you start asking those questions during the beginning. Like, you don't be doing this and that. You don't do that. But when it comes to psychedelics, it's like it pushes you way past all of that. It's like with those grooves of what we just gonna put on the term spiritual growth, or moving along a spiritual path, or learning who you are on a whole nother level, or having a sense that what you seeing has a whole nother reality behind it. It causes you to ask questions. It causes you to start climbing up a ladder that I'm seeing in the world. And because I see people asking similar questions, like the same exact questions really that I was asking. They probably just have their own tone of an inflection on it. And then I'm looking around and I see them like Xing, like on True Life channel. I'm able to see people just coming up, just being birthed into like their new self, so to speak. All these terms is wishy-washy, but y'all can break down and try to get what I'm saying. Hey, what's going on, 55? 5-5? The 5 to the 5. I was going to say it backwards, but it was still 5-5. And coming up, it's like a certain patterns. I'm noticing like how they're how it's a ladder, man. It's a staircase. And even though everyone that comes up is like, yo, this is my world. Like, this is, I got something to say. I got something to say. It's like always matching up with what somebody else was saying when they was having those same questions come to their membrane. Like, come to their membrane, and then they was formulating those questions and moving in reality based off their questions. I had this come to me while I was walking. It said, well, I said to myself, your reality is based off of what questions you're asking. If you're not asking the right questions, I mean, if you're asking like a set of questions, that's what your reality is going to be based off of. But when we start asking these out of bounds questions, literally out of bounds, because the referee would blow the whistle like, where are you going? Where are you going? You're not paying attention to the rules. You got to stay on the football field, on the court, play this game. When you start going out of bounds, you start getting different things going on. Hey, what's going on, the Wankin' Wizard, aka Justin? DMT showed me I don't know anything. Reality probably isn't real, and that I will probably never find out. Yes, the answer to who I am is what decides your life. Yeah, bro. Cause when you start getting out of bounds, that's why I was getting into asking these questions. Like, this whole life think we are how many answers we getting. As soon as we get something we thought we needed, which can come in the form of an so-called answer, you dumped with a whole nother pile of questions. Like, all right, now I accepted this. And now since I accepted this, it's like now you're able to move into like a spaceship and go into this whole nother realm. But it's like instantly. So you're like, wait, I just thought I was in the real. Like, no, this is fake too. Just keep on shifting. That's what I was getting the vibe when I was jumping realities and during that Silent Darkness trip. I had the sense that I created it, and ever since they tried to every time I was in a reality and I noticed something, I had to go. It's like no choice but to go. Because the overall mystery, I suppose, had to continue. Yes, the moment you get an answer, you changed, and the answer changed too. You changed like crazy. Crazy. Because the implications of like coming out of these high dose trips, like just for yourself, is wild. Because like I didn't want to ask anybody anything. And still I'm on that track. I just know how to work my way around it now. Like I still have my own voice. I try not to get so lost in the question that I'm asking somebody. Because then I'll just get lost in the answer. And then I'm just in a whole nother illusion. But yeah, I didn't want to talk to anybody because I was like, yo, I felt like I was in the Truman Show. And that everybody around me was saying a script to me. And was saying things just to keep me in this reality. To keep me so-called grounded. And I was like, I didn't even want to say, I just was just not talking. Just not talking. But I see how that is the game. That is the game. The people around us is created to question us. And the humbleness comes and just staying in that, living in those questions. For however long we live in it. I don't know, to each his own. Switches up. Some people probably like, I don't got time for this. But then, hey, man, that's another lesson they probably learn. And when I say lesson, I just be saying lessons because I've been microdosing for a long time. And when you microdose, you like on that, living on that emotional plane of cartoon world. That's just like at the end of every cartoon, it supposedly has a lesson. Or even in Family Guy terms, sometimes it don't have a lesson, but you spend the whole day thinking that it was a lesson. Like if you don't think it was a lesson, it was a lesson, but again, it wasn't. It's like both at the same time. But overall, what I'm saying, it allowed me to see things on a real emotional level. So I had to get real strong emotionally, not just with my thinking, because like my thinking was able to block out what I was feeling in my emotions. In my emotions, I feel like that's connected more to my imagination. And my imagination is what it seems like I went straight into. We go straight into during these psychedelic trips and beyond, and beyond. The imagination and beyond, but at least into the imagination. It's not here. But go ahead. Here, you can use it.
I really needed to
All right, go ahead.
get the tablet for me to make a video unboxing it.
Okay. Go make your best video. But yeah, I can see. I don't know. I'm jumping all around right now. But I was just saying, I could see how it gets kind of scary. I could see for somebody that just takes a big trip out of nowhere and then goes back into the world. How I hear the stories that I be hearing about. I don't know, about all the horror things, all the horrors about like all tinfoil hats, like the people that was wearing tinfoil hats in the movies back in the day. Like those people was actually existed, and they wasn't as calm as they were shown in the movies. Even though in the movies they still was different from everybody else, but that's still tame. Cause I'm just tying on. If I was to see all of that, and I never heard of it before, I never knew that these kind of experiences were possible. It would be what people I suppose call psychosis, or running around with more questions, even way more questions than answers, and feeling lost. So that's why this channel is here. That's why True Life channel is here. And that's why we're here, I suppose, to share these stories. Somebody was just asking me yesterday about mushrooms. And she was saying somebody gave her a chocolate. She took a chocolate, didn't feel that good. Felt like her stomach and stuff was hurting, so she took more and didn't really feel nothing. So from an experience guide point of view, we see how when you take more, it don't really help after you already took the dose. So it's like a lot of stories that we can be helping going along because people just trying these things. 2019 is wild. Like people not just trying a hit of weed, people trying mushrooms again. I'm happy to be alive. If reality is infinite, truth is infinite. We can make up our own truths. I only have one belief left. Imagining creates reality. Ooh, I like that, Justin. Imagining creates reality. Yep. Everything. And that's another thing to look out for. Like you just getting into this is the question on real. The question on real. And we tackle this a lot on this channel. On what is the real? What is the real? The real is whatever imagination you're in. Like Justin was saying, whatever imagination you're caught up in, whatever light your illusion you're in, that's where you were experiencing. If you experienced it, why is that not real? I remember growing up watching a lot of documentaries on gaming and stuff. This is when I was in middle school. It just came to me, and they was trying to describe the senses, how our senses work, and how they can be manipulated. Like this is before virtual reality was like cool. And they was saying if you poke, man, I don't even know the examples they was giving, but they was like but it was like examples like if you feel something, I don't know, like if you're imagining yourself running through your head and you feel the wind blowing past your brain, past your head and stuff like that, and you're looking at somebody running, why aren't you not running? That was a lame example. But I don't know. I don't know. I like to personally, when I look out at things, I like to say I'm imagining this. Like when I look at this blunt right here, I'm imagining this L. I'm imagining this L. And I truly see, I'm truly starting to see how that is connecting to something. Cause y'all know me. I want to be able to manipulate things in this reality or another reality. Hopefully, my thoughts is being transferred to another me in another reality. Like, oh yeah, whoo, good thing I was observing myself in another reality so I can get this information. Cause the more I've when I came to grips in that trip with knowing that I created everything that was trying to get to me, that was trying to make me depressed, that was trying to make me happy. When I knew I created all of that in the lapse, I was able to control things. I was able to create things. In my dreams recently, for 2 days, after I stopped microdose for 4 days, and I was like, I'm gonna take a little break. And on the second and third day, I was doing magic in my dreams. I've had real vivid lucid dreams. I was like throwing power balls and stuff like that. That's the best I can remember. It was like we was outside and we was playing around. Like it was normal. And I was at a school as well. I was at a school. So the end, what I was saying about the real, because the school part is real interesting to me. The end, what I was saying about the real, like real is what you imagine. Real is, hey man, real is real. Real is based on how you feeling, right? Right. So yeah, it's all you. Sometimes it's something you thought and believed years ago, but it always comes from you. And people don't want to believe that. People don't want to believe that. That's why I went like this first. That was somebody else talking. And people don't want to believe that. But it is the truth. Everything is you. Everything is you. You're like, man, I would never create this reality for myself. Why wouldn't you? Have some fun. Have some fun in all the chaos and all the madness. So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent. Yeah, that's the power. That's the power of the word. That's the power of the word because a lot of people, well, before psychedelics, I had other voices going through my head and then going out. Other voices, other people I was looking into going in my head and then coming out. But nowadays, I hear my voice talking, my craziness talking, my boldness talking. Like he said, like Justin saying, out into the world. And since I realized this is my world on a whole nother level, and my words is coming through, it's creating things like I wish I had something to show. Oh, it's the light. Creating things that I need, that I so-called need and want. So like this lamp that I'm using now that you can't see, I'm trying to bend it over. This lamp right here, I've needed it for the show, and I found it just around the corner. Found it just around the corner yesterday, and I was just talking about it. And another thing that happened, me and my lady was talking about cleaning the floors up and how she was talking to me how they needed to be cleaned and stuff. She wanted to call somebody to come and vacuum it, and I was like, no, we just need a vacuum cleaner. We can do this and stuff. And then the next day, right next to a dumpster, yeah, right next to a dumpster, was sitting a vacuum cleaner. Like we was talking about 2 at night. Went to go walk the dog around the corner, that dog that lives around the corner, 9 in the morning, and it was sitting there. Just a couple hours span, and bang, bada boom, it was right there. So man, make sure mushrooms be showing me to make sure I'm saying what I want to say. I'm not living off anybody else's vibes. And if I am living off anybody else's vibes, just learn from it, experience it for a while, and keep it moving. It's just another imagination that I just found comfortable for a while. Like, oh, this comfortable. I like this. I like what he's saying. That's why also judge not, or you will be judged. If you judge somebody, someday you will experience what you judged. Karma. Karma, karma, karma. Karma, karma, karma. And the wild thing about it seems like that it's a generational thing. It's a generational thing. Like the way that we actually judge people is because of how my family is. Because they real particular about things. They grew up rough. Like was their dad was fucked up, and their mom had to do a lot. And then they got into like the drug world party scene. They grew up in the 70s and 80s, disco. You know who was alive back then. And then they so-called got themselves together and found Christ. So you know how it is with the Christian game with judging people. Even though judge not or you be judged comes from the Bible, those are some of the most judgmental people. But when it comes to the mushrooms and things, they have you see, they make things come back so fast to your awareness that, oh yeah, this is what I've been doing, and this is why I'm feeling like this, because I'm literally feeling like what I was dishing out, and that came to me, man, in so many ways. Even back with my family, being back with my mom, and giving her back what she was giving me just by saying, well, this what you was doing to me, this what you comfortable with, and you was judging me like this, so I'm looking at you with the same eyes that you was giving me. So what is that? What is that, bro? What is that? But more separation, more tick for tack, fighting fire, trying to put out a fire with a fire. Like somebody literally, I would literally do that. Or somebody gotta do that out there, make an animation or something where somebody trying to put out a fire with a fire. Just as literal as that. And then some people looking around them like with the face like, he really thought this was gonna work, guys. He really thought it was gonna work. But that fire be feeling good. That fire be feeling good. Compared to being water. Because when you in the water, like fire is fixed. It can be loose. It can be loose. It can be loose. Let me not put that, because that's just the reality I'm creating. But yeah, let's create this reality. Reality, fire can be fixed. In this story where you're trying to put out somebody else's fire or work with their fire, you probably gotta go special. The psychedelics teach you how to work with fire, water, air, earth, and wind. It's like, no, you're not just on fire. You are the water, you are the wind, and you are the earth. Stop just setting yourself on fire because you in a panic situation. Stop just being the fire. Come on now. Come on now. Mushrooms will whip you into shape with a smile. Because you know it's all you. Like Justin was saying. You know it's all you at the end of the day. Like you don't got nothing else to do but smile. When you really want to go through it. I just swallow some tree. When you really want to go through it. Whoa, what's going on? Let me here it is. All right. And I'll be wondering why too. I'll be wondering why I'd like to talk about philosophical stuff so much, cuz I always like to before psychedelics. It's just that after psychedelics, I guess because I was already, I don't know, I'm just tying out loud. I guess because I was already moving with that kind of energy, it just gave me that boldness to just keep talking. Because even when I don't want to talk about deep things, it's like that's just my average level of talk. That's just my average. So don't think that I'm ever up here looking from up here, looking down, saying blah 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 blah. Because as soon as Cause that's what runs through my head. If that personality ever erupts, all I hear in myself is blah 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 blah, blah. Even regardless of what's coming out my mouth, that's what I hear my other self saying. Like what? uh, um, talking topics as they appear. That's what you do when you just talk. Combine your mind with your heart. Connect those two circles. Let whatever come out, come on out. I was just thinking about tongues and gibberish and things like that. I broke that down in another episode. That we found that gibberish was actual breakdown of a name of a person that studied alchemy, and he used to speak a language that other people saw as what we would term gibberish because they couldn't understand it. But he was saying this was a communication that he was using in his alchemical practices. And for me, alchemy is like the closest thing right now to the higher sciences that we experience in these psychedelic realms. Like not holding on to any kind of truth, knowing reality is false and real because you're experiencing it all at the same time. Now, alchemy really brings me close to that. But it was this guy, like, if you look up the word gibberish, right there on the wiki, too. It was all taken from this thing. And during these states, higher states of psychedelics, sometimes you probably experience yourself saying I ain't gonna go too far in it, but the tongue is there, and that's just another tongue. It could be many tongues. Some people say they hear themselves talking in like probably an old Latin or something like that. Chaos magic. Hey, Justin, you got your wits about you. I like. I used to learn. Try to look up chaos magic when I was coming into all of this and knowing the chaos of everything and the chaos magicians. And I was like, these folks ain't bad. They just working with something else, something else, with the randomness of the universe. Oh, yeah, these words like chaos and philosopher stone and sorcerers and things like that. I think all of these terms are like so manipulated to make us not realize who we really are and what we really can do. Like, sorcerer, when you hear the word sorcerer, you're like, oh, wow. Ah! Or like a sorcerer is somebody that's out to get somebody else, out for his own gain. That's what the people look out of a sorcerer. And anybody out to look out for their own game is the devil. Like I'm not making too much stuff up. Like this is how people be putting the labels on this. But kick game on this. Harry Potter, the original book that was sold not in America was called The Philosopher's Stone. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And then when it came to America, it was called Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Why was this name change made? When Harry Potter first came out, I missed the mark because like of reading the book and be like, oh wow, this is cool. Yeah, man, I'm a wizard. I missed out on those feelings because I was in the church with my family. I was in church being indoctrinated with a set of beliefs, getting put into a pattern of thoughts like we started this off with. And I remember having to listen to the pastor talk about Harry Potter all the time. It was like for a whole summer and a half. He kept bringing up Harry Potter and keep talking to the parents, keep your kids away from these books. They trying to get our children into this devil worship and things like that. And I was right there listening, saying, oh yeah, he must be true, he must be right. Because even though I was young, I was so-called understanding a lot of things. Or I was just being able to understand the half truths that everybody was giving me. Anybody could fall for that. Yeah, that made you believe that they didn't exist so they can be the best sorcerers. Yeah, they did, Justin. When you're not part of the game getting played on you. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Learn game, peep game. and you'll know who you are, what role you was actually playing, and what role you gonna choose to play. That's what you could say the mushroom told me. Everybody playing their role. Know your role and play it well. And if you don't want to play that role, psychedelics give you the chance to play another role. Cause they like, man, this ego thing, this personality, this role you've been playing is just a role. Look at somebody else. They playing the same role too. They playing happy family too. They playing 9 to 5 too. They playing lawyer too. They even playing artist too. I love it. I love this game. Cause I think just Ty on a video game. Ain't that but that many characters. You can customize the mess out of it though. And that's what I like about this reality. I like the customization. But you don't access those levels of customization until you get to the levels of like being a sorcerer. Get rid of all the enchantments that's placed on you. All the enchantments, you could say, are patterns of thoughts. It's the same thing. Enchantments are programs. Programs, like how you were there. Those are programs. Being enchantment, like, man, being bewitched. I got an actual book. Yes, here it is. Excuse me. I'm back. I'm back. All right. This book, I ran across a lot of books talking about the Philosopher's Stone, like through Aleister Crowley, reading about reading the Hermetic texts, and reading about the Taoists, the ancient Chinese, where they talk about the stone of immortality. Like that's all the Philosopher's Stone. Talk about cinnabar, mix and the elixir of life, and things like that. Um, yeah, but here go the book. It's called The Philosopher's Stone: A Quest for the Secrets of Alchemy by Peter Marshall. I read through majority of the book, then I skimmed through the rest because the mushrooms just like told me everything. But I love, I like the pictures in this book and how he was saying, oh, let's say, look at this picture right here. The Thoth picture right there. I just want to read what it says. It says, Pharaoh with Thoth, the Ibis head is god of wisdom and the legendary father of alchemy. And you know, Thoth even goes back to Atlantis times. Like Thoth is been incarnated. He came back as Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes. Oh, it's in the next sentence. Known to the Greeks as Hermes. I thought they was gonna say something about the Philosopher's Stone. But all this does have to do with knowledge of the Philosopher's Stone. Because the Philosopher's Stone is nothing tangible. It's nothing tangible that you can actually hold. And that's what a lot of people got wrong when they would look at the old alchemists of changing base metal to gold. Even though it did have a correlation of as above, so below. So out of this purification of the soul, and mixing different chemical and stuff together, we have chemistry. And that chemistry just expanded into the chemistry we have now, where we can now do gene manipulation. So everything has its purpose. But with the ancient alchemists, they had a higher purpose. This Philosopher's Stone. They wanted to be immortal. They heard these stories. It's like they heard stories of somebody taking a mushroom or something like that. But they had so much more base or so-called knowledge behind what was actually going on. But all of this is just like, and when you start searching for the Philosopher's Stone, because that's what I did. I was searching for the Philosopher's Stone. That's why I got this book. I was like, yo, can he help me get some more secrets? I need to find this stone. Like, what is going on in the world? What is going on? And that's when I ran across psychedelics. Before all of the psychedelics, I was reading this stuff up. And the Philosopher's Stone, is something they say is mercurial gold, and mercurial It's like represents the spirit. It's like I keep using this word, not tangible. It's not something you can grasp, but it's just something that is. It's something that I see now is something that's experienced. You experience the philosopher's stone. Unless you want to say philosopher's stone is the DMT crystals. But that's not a stone. That's not a stone. What I'm talking about. But but it's really bigger than that because it encompasses the whole experience and the then because like I know I'm immortal even though I know I'm going to die. Even though I know death is not real, even though I know death is real and only symbolizes a transition, a change. Like having that down packed of like the I see of paradoxes and being able to reconcile that in your mind or yeah, reconcile it in your mind as just living with it like that's just the way it is. Sometimes I'm dead, sometimes I'm alive. I probably died and I don't even remember. I think that's key to like living in that philosopher's stone because you're not caught up. You know you have in your hand your immortality because you're in tune with like your essence. I'm trying to question myself. You're in tune with like your essence. I don't like talking so short so all the time. But yeah, that has to do with the philosopher's stone. Here goes a picture right here. A cool one. Wait, let me bring up this so I can actually see the camera pointing. There it is. That's a philosopher in his lab. This was a painting in 1790. What? Oh, 1770. The Alchemist in Search of the Philosopher's Stone by Joseph Wright. The German alchemist Hildebrand discovered phosphorus in 1669 while it's mixed in gold with an extract of urine. Whoa! So phosphorus was made by mixing gold with urine. Like I said, man, you gotta be out of your mind and try things that most people ain't gonna try, man. Oh, you know those people going around drinking pee, saying it heals more ailments than like anything else. I be watching on YouTube. It was on Vice. You know, Vice be getting out any kind of articles. But yeah, it's people that drink their own piss for health reasons. Oh yeah, this is they show them. This some cool pictures they showing of alchemy in here. I want to share it with y'all. It's a flow. This not just me look at a book. There we go. There a picture of. Change that around. There we go. Better lighting. Hermes Trismegistus, and right there is modern shrine of Shiva. And read the description. It says marble floor panel of Hermes Trismegistus Contemporaneous Mosai, laid by Giovanni de Stefano. Hey, Stefano! And in 1488, on the threshold of Sina Cathria, Hermes Trismegistus, dressed as an Oriental sage, offers an open book to two philosophers. He rests his hand upon a tablet supported by two winged sphinxes, which declares that the wisdom of Egypt has a divine origin. See, these people were just leaving secrets in their art, just right there. And the other one is Shiva, god of destruction, and key figure with his consort Santi in the Hindu tradition of spiritual alchemy. I was looking up the Shakti. Because I said that was similar to my name. Because I hear me say Santi now instead of Thai. That's because after travel like jumping all those dimensions during that silent darkness trip that's on the internet, I had a sense that the people that experienced these, like, I didn't want to use the term angels, but I had this term come to me like Santi, and I was like, yo, we are the Santi. But then I want to place this term on other people, so I just like kept it for myself. And I was like, yo, that's like, I don't know, it's like a higher form of me, like is Santi. In Egypt, the pharaohs, they had their, uh, they had I don't I'm gonna just ramble on. I don't know the specifics, but they had three different names. They like had their street name. Let's just put it like they had their street name, they had their pharaoh name, and they had their god name, like their god form name or something like that. So I believe in my life, I see that my God foreign name or something, I don't know, is Santi. It's something that I just came back and it's like, yo, my a lot of my ideals and stuff, or just the way I was feeling, I feel like a whole nother person. So much so that my name's Santi. Keep it plain and simple. The more I explain myself, I don't know. There's so many catchphrases after that. The more I explain myself, the worse. The more I explain myself, the better. The more I like all those, I was just running through catchphrases. I didn't know what I wanted to say, and that's what I mean by like, what are we saying, and what is just like a quick thing that we know how to snatch out the ether because we heard it a million times. That's why commercials got people. Just do it. What you just think about? Ba da ba ba ba. What you just tie about? Me, when I hear ba 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 ba, I'm banging on somebody. Ba 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 ba. I'm just banging out. Gotta switch up those images. Switch up your imagination, man. The Shrooms showed me like having control over that allowed me to like be so, even more creative. You ever sit at a piece of paper and be like, I want to draw, but I don't know what I'm gonna do, and you sit there like, oh man. Yeah, just buy these 300 euro sneakers. Just do it. And then don't get them dirty. And then if you get them dirty, get all upset. Be real upset if a piece of dirt. Oh, don't let nobody scuff them. Don't let nobody scuff them. What thought come to you if somebody scuff your sneakers? Even if you're not doing, even if that's not you, really, that thought that played out is a majority of people. And that's why it came to you so fast. I don't know. Like when they come to me, it's like, oh, don't scuff my man. Scuff my Timbs for 'em, bro. I just got these. These fresh and that. Like, come on, you gonna buy me a new one? Like that's how people talk. Instead of say, oh man, it's just shoes. I should never paid this much money for them anyway, and just walked around. I'm paying 300 euros for it. It's an art piece. I'm gonna put it on a wall or something like that. It better be real that special. Or on the other side of it, 300 euros could be nothing. But hey, that's only for like the 1% though. So. Alright, let's go to some alchemical images and see what they say. I really like this one. This is one that stood out to me for a long time. Wait, is that it? Oh, I thought that was the hermaphrodite. Hold on. Hold on. Here, I'm just going to take you to some pictures. Shine some light. And these are just some alchemical pictures. Oh, there it is. That's the one I want to get on. That one right there. Let me see if I can get this. Bang. This right there. Oh, yeah, I gotta like turn this to focus. There's no autofocus on this. I'm like, come on, words. Come on, technology. Where you at? And here it is. The great work of the philosophers. The great work to produce the philosopher's stone presented in all its aspects. The alchemist stands in a corpse of metal, with the lion at his feet, symbolizing the union of Sol and Luna. The stag-headed figure on the right represents the seeker after truth. And this one right here is the. I'm gonna have to move the book so I can actually read it back. Oh yeah, Albertus Magnus points to the hermaphrodite offspring of Sol and Luna, which produces the Philosopher Stone. And this is all dealing with energies. Sol and Luna symbolizing sulfur and mercury, the two fundamental principles of alchemy. So when these hermeticists, these alchemists, was mixing Sol and mercury and doing these things together, they were doing this because of the correlation of as above, so below. So when they talk about mercury, they're talking about the spirit. When they talk about sulfur, they're talking about the soul. And salt, when you hear salt, they're talking about the actual body. They're talking about the body. But when they mix this in their labs, it still has correlations to what's going on in their inner workings. So as they was doing that, he got to be here at 11. All right. All right, I'm gonna have to cancel this soon so that I can. And somebody's supposed to be coming through, I suppose, pretty soon. But yeah, the get into back what I don't even know what I was talking about. Yeah, you mentioned Baphomet, Justin, the union of Sol and Luna. Oh, where they when they're mixing the metals and things, they're doing things alchemically inside themselves and outside themselves. And they was doing had herbs and ergot. They had all of them things, so they was experiencing different realms of consciousness in and of themselves. And if you work with mercury, yeah, mercury is toxic. Mercury is toxic. So, well, yeah, I know what you mean. But the end, I don't talk about the. He mentioned Baphomet and the joining of Sol and Luna, the male and female energies. I think like this is a big key puzzle of what goes on, and that's why I say just tie. Just tie is the combining of Sol and Luna, of the sun and the moon, because you combining your mind with your heart, connecting those two circles and letting whatever come out come out. It's an alchemical process to create and develop the Philosopher's Stone, because your heart has all this access. Is like the moon, and the sun is like the mind, making things shown, making things be revealed, shedding light on things. And the moon is like the our emotions, the water, things that's not tangible and tangible at the same time, like things not seen, things not seen. Who you know how that goes. And the combination of these two allows you to come to higher levels of truths in your mind. And then now I'm seeing just in reality, period. It's not just in your head. It's not just in your head. Because what's in your head is outside of your head. What's in your head is in your feet. we just want to keep saying it's in our heads because another pattern as well, not just the brain. So, yeah. And when they mention the great work, the last name, great work in philosophy, it's all Justin. That's what the great work is. But the great work is just going out and doing whatever it is that allows you to be happy and satisfied and just keep going. You're doing your great work right now. This is part of the great work. So we're gonna get into a lot of this alchemy things, because just to put out information out into the Tyverse and tie it in with psychedelics, because you don't really see this kind of information tying in psychedelics with alchemy on the internet. It's usually alchemy or psychedelics, and the people in alchemy, they not going to even talk about their psychedelic usually, even if they do it, because I don't want to come off in the wrong way. You know, man, people they ain't gonna understand. But to each his own. I ain't put this out there for people to really understand. I'm just tying. Just think about these things. TAI, not THR like the food, guys. Yeah, thank you, Justin, for the conversation, man. Chatting it up. I'm gonna get back to the game and play another thing in this game and get things ready for the guy to come through. I think he's gonna come through and clean up the carpet, things like that, carpet cleaning. So get these things off the floor. But yeah, guys, if y'all want to help out the channel, check out the Discord and throw some ideas this way. If you have any creative projects you want to work on together, I really want to do a lot more creative endeavors. Even though this is creative, just coming up with this, but y'all know what I mean. I want to do that kind of stuff. Just hit me up and check out the Just Tie Now store. I got some shirts up there. I make all the designs myself, and I have more coming. So check out that. All that just goes to helping out the channel, getting better computer, probably get an internet. So I'm not using the neighbor internet, so I can go live more often and work. It's a miracle it's working now, but hey, it's all good. But yeah, let's make some art, guys. But yeah, we all tie. But do we really tie? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I really don't know. Till next time, this is Ty saying Ty always. And adios. Peace.